You're probably tired of crypto exchanges promising low fees, tight security, and smooth trading, only to hit hidden roadblocks. So I tested Kraken and Gemini side by side, and what I found wasn't just about fees or features. It came down to who actually protects your money while giving you an edge. Let me show you. I learned the hard way not to trust the marketing pages when coming to choose a crypto exchange. Everyone says they have the top-notch security, low fees, and a great user experience. But what really tells the story is what everyday users, especially the frustrated ones, have to say. So before I even thought of exploring the features of the programs themselves, I went digging through hundreds of user reviews for both Kraken and Gemini. Not the glowing praise of them, but the complaints that kind of sting. And with Kraken, I came across a concerning piece of feedback from a user who said his account was closed without warning, even after being a loyal customer for 4 years. And that kind of hit me. I mean, no one wants to feel like they're disposable, especially in a space as personal as crypto, where you're trusting them with your money, right? But Kraken did reply and said account closures usually involve a violation of terms or security concerns, and they handle these on a case-by-case basis. In my experience, they've been pretty responsive, so I have to believe this was an edge case. Besides, I haven't seen this issue pop up repeatedly. That's pretty key. When the same complaint keeps coming up, that's when I start to worry. And for every one of those tough Kraken reviews, for this, there's dozens of positives. One guy mentioned he's been using Kraken for years and loves the support and the wide range of trading pairs available in the platform. Another user said he's been recommending Kraken to his friends because of the smooth deposits, withdrawals, and responsive customer service. I've had a similar experience as well. Transactions have always been fast, and I haven't run into any serious support delays. Now, when I looked into Gemini, I came across this user who shared that he couldn't trade or withdraw funds because of an ongoing security flag. He claimed support was vague and didn't offer a clear path forward. Well, that would frustrate anyone, I think, but again, context matters. Gemini is known for strict compliance and security protocols, so when you see something flagged as a risk, it's usually because the system is trying to protect either the user or the platform. And these cases, from what I've seen, aren't necessarily common, but it also depends on what the user did or whether or not it was a glitch. Because on the flip side, many of the users reviewing the platform absolutely swear by Gemini. One praised their security, regulation adherence, and how it offers everything all together like a centralized exchange should have, plus the added benefits of great customer service. Another user said that he loves their credit card feature, which gives him the opportunity to earn Bitcoin just by spending like normal. I've personally tried that too, and it's surprisingly smooth. There's something satisfying about turning everyday purchases into, crypto profit. Looking at the overall sentiment and the volume of reviews, Kraken edges out with a slightly stronger user rating of 4.4 out of 5 from over 36,000 reviews. But both platforms show they've earned the trust of some serious users. But that's all just the reviews. That's what other people have said. The features are really where things get interesting. Because when I started digging into the actual tools, the differences between Kraken and Gemini really started to stand out. So let's start with Kraken. If you've ever worried about the safety of your funds, Kraken makes that their top priority. They've got an ISO IEC 27001 2013 certification and a completed SOC 2 audit, which basically means they're operating at the highest levels of international cybersecurity standards. But it's not just like a bunch of certifications. When I started setting up my account, I noticed how detailed and step-by-step their security setup was, and everything is held to pretty tight standards. And that's thanks to their security shield. It gives you basically a real-time view of how secure your account is, not just with like a checklist, but with visual indicators and direct prompts to improve and what could be different and how it's protecting your account. Every time they roll out a new security update, you're notified immediately, and they walk you through why it matters. That level of communication and transparency is rare, and honestly, it made me feel like I had a real defense system wrapped around my assets. Then there's Kraken Pro. This is the trading interface built for people who want control and speed. Every widget on the screen is customizable. I could arrange my charts, watch lists, and order books exactly how I like it. But there's no extra fluff. Like, it's just the tools that actually help you trade faster. And when I wanted to go even deeper, I downloaded the Kraken desktop app. It's a free terminal that runs smoothly and gives you pro-level features for analysis and order execution. I didn't expect much from the desktop tool, but it quickly became part of my routine. All right, and their Kraken wallet, I do want to talk about also. It's basically a self-custody option that connects directly to decentralized apps. I tested it with a few DeFi tools and NFTs, and the experience was seamless. So if you care about holding your own keys and connecting to Web3, it's a strong option. All right, switching gears over, a Gemini, on the other hand, has their entire brand built around trust and regulation. So that actually shows up right away with their login process. Their two-factor authentication system doesn't just ask for a code, it gives you options for physical keys, biometric login, and time-based tokens. I felt like I was logging into a bank, not just another exchange. Their active trader platform is where things kind of level up. It's not quite as customizable as Kraken Pro, but it offers serious depth too. I liked how simple and easy it was to place these, relatively advanced order types that I could track multiple pairs and that I could view full-depth order books. And if you're someone who enjoys diving into US stocks, Gemini recently partnered with Dinari to offer tokenized stocks. These are backed one-to-one by the real securities, and you get the same economic rights, when permitted, as the underlying asset. It felt weird at first to buy a token of a stock, but it worked, and the backing gave me a peace of mind. Then there's Gemini staking. I've used staking services before, but Gemini's stood out because of how clear they are about the risks, like slashing penalties if nodes misbehave. It's not just a click and earn model. They actually educate you, which made me more confident about staking my crypto. And yes, the Gemini credit card is a real perk. I signed up mostly out of curiosity, and now I use it for daily spending. Earning Bitcoin back without changing my habits, that's pretty hard to beat. Overall, Kraken felt like it was built by traders for traders, and Gemini felt like it was designed by a bank that understands crypto. That's not a bad thing. It just means it caters more to those who value safety, simplicity, and regulation in the crypto space. And of course, for both of them, no platform is perfect. That applies to either. With Kraken, I've noticed that its power tools can be a little intimidating at first. The Pro interface takes definitely some time to get to, especially if you're coming from a more simple platform. But once you're in, it becomes second nature over time. It's like learning to drive stick. You might stall in the beginning, but then you wouldn't go back once you learn how to use it. Gemini, on the other hand, can sometimes feel a bit too restrictive. The strict security is great, but when I need to make a quick move on funds, I had to jump through a few extra steps. That's the trade-off for strong compliance. It can slow you down, but maybe sometimes I'd rather be slightly slowed down than take a risk I didn't see coming. So, getting to the next question, what does all of this cost you? In the Kraken versus Gemini battle, fees matter a lot. So, Kraken has a more competitive fee structure, especially for high-volume traders and those using Kraken Pro. I've noticed my trading costs dropped a bit when I switched from a more retail-focused exchange, and that adds up pretty quickly. Gemini, on the other hand, might be a little pricier if you're only using the main app or making casual trades, but for the extra security and regulation layer, some people find it worth it. Check the links in the description for their latest pricing plans and any deals we've managed to get for our viewers. We update those links regularly so you don't miss out on any promos or deals that come up. So, after all of that, which one would I personally choose? Well, personally, I think I lean toward Kraken because of the advanced tools and lower fees, but It's not for everyone. If you're a newer investor or you prioritize security over speed, Gemini's extra layers of protection and smoother interface might be a better fit for you. But either way, both platforms have strengths that apply, and they're both great platforms. And your decision should match your style. But check the link in the description to explore both of them, see the latest deals, and decide which one makes more sense for your next trade.